Young Thug's lawyer is in jail. Let me say that again. If you have not heard, now you know. Young Thug's lawyer is in jail. How much more crazy can this court case get? First of all, man, free Thug. So what's popping? This your boy Yada King. This is the Incarceration podcast where I talk about prison, pre, post, and present, and how everything that I experienced through my incarceration has forever changed my life. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get right to it, man. Listen, if you have not followed, if I'm not mistaken, I believe that this kind of in the history of maybe one of the longest lasting trials in the nation, if I'm not mistaken. But I want to go ahead and get to what we're talking about today. Young Thug's lawyer going to jail. So we see that he went to jail for contempt of court. I believe it was because the lawyer apparently had heard of some type of information of something pertaining to the case and wasn't willing to testify and to share where he got this information was. And once again, man, I'm a convict. I did over 12 years in prison. So I know about law when it comes to my cases and, what I got sentenced for and why and, the amount of time and things like that. But I don't know the nuances of, the courtroom and all the laws and legalities. So I'm not going to pump fake and act like I do. But I do know because of the news and media that Young Thug's lawyer went to jail because he was not disclosing the information of where he got the information from pertaining to the case. Therefore, was found guilty for contempt of court and was sentenced to jail. Young Thug's lawyer, this is crazy. He was sentenced to jail for 20 days for contempt of court. And now I don't know if this is 100% accurate. I'm not trying to put out any misinformation or slander anybody, but from what I heard that Young Thug's lawyer was then also actually given permission to bunk up and to share a cell with Young Thug. Now, I don't know how true that is, but if it is, that's crazy. First of all, I guess that's kind of cool when it comes to the judge that he would actually allow and permit the lawyer to, share a cell with Young Thug. Once again, I don't believe that's blasted on the media. I don't believe that's public information. But from what I heard from a reliable source, that's from what I hear happened, that Young Thug's lawyer was actually able to enter into the cell with Young Thug and to do his 20 days with Thug, so therefore they can, continue to examine their case. And if that's the case, that's kind of like a dope move because then the lawyer has the opportunity to continue to talk with Thug one-on-one, not over a phone, not over lawyer visits, to actually be able to talk about the specifics and the details of his case and try to obviously win trial, and we can see Young Thug free back in society. So this case is getting insane. It's crazy. Seeing that his lawyer went to jail for contempt of court for 20 days, it's crazy. But I want to briefly talk about when lawyers go to jail. If you're interested in prison content or if you have any information about jail and prison, you already understand and hear and know the term about checking in. And if you don't know what checking in means, it means being placed in protective custody, also known as going PC. That's what protective custody stands for, PC. So a lot of times when celebrities or cops or ex-cops or people with a big platform, when they go to jail or prison, it's normally known, like public information, that these celebrities, they immediately go to PC. And the reason why is, but then you also hear the other hand of that. The reason why is because, people, will automatically have a target on their head to try to extort them, or just because they're so successful, you got people hating on them and they want to attack them or try to get that celebrity booty or whatever it may be. But the reality that I'm getting at is it's common known knowledge that most celebrities, when they go to jail or prison, or even lawyers and cops, they immediately go PC, protective custody. But then on the other side of that, you also hear about notorious gangster rappers, whether it be BG or other big street known artists who do prison or jail time, and they flex like Ti. They flex the fact that they refused to go PC and that they weren't on protective custody and they were in GP, which is known as general population, and they were on the pound doing their time amongst the rest of the convicts in the midst of gangland and the war zone, whatever. But I want to go ahead and clarify misinformation that a lot of people don't understand. People think, like, for instance, I'm just using Young Thug's lawyer as an example, right? So let's talk about lawyers or cops or even celebrities going to jail or prison. 99% of the time, when you have a lawyer, especially, and especially a cop or an ex-cop or somebody in the political realm who has a high societal position, like in society, they are immediately going to be placed in protective custody. They immediately are going to be placed in PC, even if they don't want to. And this includes celebrities as well. And the reason why is because it's known as administrative confinement. It's also like investigation. If there's a convicted inmate who gets caught messing with a female officer, or someone drops a kite on them that they're bringing in dope and phones or whatever, administration, even though they don't catch this inmate with any dopes or phone or anything, they can put that inmate under administrative confinement. And what that means is that you get put under investigation because you become a security threat. Same thing when it comes to a lot of lawyers and cops and celebrities. Even though they immediately get locked up and they go to jail or prison, they'll be like, yo, listen, I want to hit the pound. I want to go to GP. I don't want to be PC. I don't want to be protective custody. A lot of times the administration will override that and say, no, we're putting you on administrative confinement until we come up with a game plan of what's best for you and for the inmate population. So I want to go ahead and clarify that, because I remember there was a time when I was in the county jail, I was in confinement. I was actually going to prison my last time on a 9-year bid, and I was mad at God. I was mad at myself. I was fighting in the county jail. I caught an outside charge on the battery on the detainee. And while they put me in confinement, they put me on administrative confinement because I was sentenced to 9 years, more than the majority of the county jail. They had some guys fighting, for life, and they were fighting way bigger cases and things like that. But they knew I was young. I already went to prison twice, and I was a hothead. I wasn't in a good place mentally. I didn't care, and I already shown that by getting a fight in the county jail and getting an outside charge. I wanted to be in GP, in general population. The administration, they put me on administrative confinement. They had me under investigation because they didn't want me in general population causing problems. So while I was back there in confinement, there was a guy across the cell from me, and he was a lawyer. He was like Dominican or Cuban. He was from Miami, and this is in Sarasota. And he was in PC. He was in protective custody. And come to find out, as we're talking back, back and forth between the door, he was actually a lawyer, on the street in society. And the reason why he went to jail, I think he got pulled over for a DUI or something. And, the officer was being disrespectful to his girlfriend. So he punched the officer and got like a battery on a Leo or something. But the whole point I'm getting at is when this lawyer went to jail and he's being held under no bond, and while he's fighting his case, they would not allow him to hit GP. They did not allow him to go to general population. They had him on administrative. And you normally hear about this with stories with celebrities and people with big platforms who go to jail or prison. Now, there is a time whenever like administration talks about it, they come up with a game plan, when I think then legally by law, they actually have to present paperwork to the person who's being, the inmate who's, being incarcerated. Like, yo, do you want to go to GP, general population? We can't hold you here for against your will, for under investigation for like, I guess so many, months or so many days. So they actually have to waive their rights, and agree, saying, look, whatever happens to me on the pound happens to me. I'm cool. I don't want to be in confinement. I don't want to be on protective custody. And then they let that individual out on general population. But I just wanted to share that as a brief side note about Young Thug's lawyer going to jail. Because whenever people hear about lawyers or celebrities or things like that going to jail, they immediately think the worst. Like, these people are going to be attacked, they're going to be extorted and things like that. But 90% of the times when celebrities go to jail or prison, they have them housed by themselves in a confinement cell under administrative confinement because they want to protect them from the rest of general population. But anyways, getting back to the details about Young Thug's lawyer going to jail again. This is absolutely insane. One of the longest standing trials in the state of Georgia. Who would have foreseen this coming? I believe it was already one of the previous attorney. Once again, to be honest, I'm not like up to date when it comes to Young Thug's trial. To be honest, like, court of law, criminal TV, cops, things. I lived that for far too long, going to prison 3 times, fighting for my life, that I am not interested in watching CSI and cops and all these criminal shows at all. I relive it enough by this YouTube channel, by sharing my prison stories. So I'm not really interested in following, celebrity court cases or big court cases or things like that. So I don't know the details fully, but obviously just like anybody else, I do see on like social media and the news, and we see that Young Thug's, I believe it was his previous lawyer, the woman who I guess was found guilty or accused of being gang affiliated or whatever. I have no idea. I don't know the details of that. But what I do know as of right now, what just happened with Young Thug's lawyer being held into contempt for court because he said he heard about some type of information regarding the case and he wouldn't disclose where he heard the information from. And because of that, he was held in contempt of court and then was placed in jail for 20 days. And once again, I don't believe it's public information, but what from I heard about in society, well, not in society, what I heard out here, from a reliable source was that Young Thug's lawyer then requested to be housed in Young Thug's cell, and apparently that was granted. And if so, this might be a good opportunity for Young Thug when it comes to him and his lawyer having, 20 days, 24/7 to be able to go over their court case and just figure things out and the legalities and everything he's facing. Once again, these aren't facts. It's not, 1000% proven. I don't want to put out any misinformation out there, but this is what I heard. So once again, listen, man, this is your boy E.I. the King. This is the Incarceration Podcast. All I do is talk about prison, man, pre, past, and present, and how everything that I experienced throughout my incarceration has forever changed my life. I did over 12 years, man, in the chain gang in the state of Florida from the age of 18 to 31. I was only out for 14 months. And yeah, man, so I grew up in juvenile detention, juvenile programs. On this channel, all you're going to hear is crazy, funny, there's all types of just different styles of prison content. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Also, too, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. You can find my music on all platforms, Apple, Spotify. I also have another YouTube channel, E.I. the King. That's my official music channel. Obviously, a lot of my music is about prison. It's about incarceration. I actually wrote my first album while I was in prison. It's called The Incarceration. And still, my music, even now today, I intentionally write back to those who are incarcerated to continue to inspire and encourage them, to remind them and anybody who's doing time that even in the midst of a chaotic, crazy situation at our lowest low, doing time in the chain gang, that we can authentically and truly encounter Jesus Christ, discover who we are as people, walk in the God-given purpose that he's given us, even at our lowest low, and the Lord forever can transform our lives. I'm going to go ahead and start reading through the comments, man. Guilty. He's silent. Free Palestine. That part is cap. The judge, he allowed it. Oh, he did say that he's allowed to go in the cell. Okay. Go Israel. The Lord's only in there on the weekend. See, I didn't know about that. He said count time. Are you still, is that P. Diddy, Puff Daddy? Yo, what's going on, Dolphin State of Mind? What's going on, Forever Convict family, man? I have a dent on my head. I don't know, maybe it's a light. I might have a dent. If so, shout out to my dent head. Rose, what's going on? Robert Hill, what's up? Joey Joe, what's up? Puff, Screwface, Frank, Michelle, Mad Joker, Funny Cast, what's up? Rose, yeah, man, we still telling jail stories, man. Something Vage, Sergio Ramos, I don't know who that is. Oh, the family pictures, yeah, that's the pictures, visitation pictures. Christian Perez, lie, ain't no telling lies over here. The ramen, oh, this is all prison memorabilia right there. And if you don't know what these are, man, that's that Keefe, man. That's that chain gang yak, all right? Show my what? I don't know what that means. Radoff, Free Thugger Rose, Carissa. There's a celeb that look like you, but I don't know what his name is. Neither do I. Shout out Carissa, OG Rich. How long was I locked down at? Over 12 years. J Star. Yeah, facts, bro. Never going back, dog. Hulk. So why am I rapping right now? I was talking about Young Thug. Glenn, straight square dude, certified square, I guess. Simon, yo, my man. What's your favorite cheese? Dog, I love all cheese, dog. Oh, is that like a rat joke? That was pretty good if it was. My paperwork 100 though. Jonathan, gang affiliated, definitely bang for Christ Jesus. Dude identity, Hulk, dude identity is being locked up. I mean, I did like a majority of my life incarcerated, so I guess that's partially true. Arish, say Drake. I'm not gonna say that. Elliot, that's kind of weird. You putting that in the comments. Turd, hey man, free still for sure. Oh, you talking about his lawyer? Yeah. Zay, what's going on, Brody? Elliot, definitely not. Texas, what's going on? Ava, what's going on? Pillow, how was prison? Man, it was terrible, but I wouldn't take back 1 day, 1 hour, 1 year, because that's what the Lord radically transformed my life. Zay, appreciate the sub. Amore, what's my favorite restaurant? Man, I don't know, man. I love sushi. I love seafood. I love Italian food. I'm a fat boy in a jack man's body. I love all food. Elliot, I don't know. Zay, I appreciate the sub. Puro, what's going on? Ryder, what's going on, dog? Zay, what's up? Elliot, you got some crazy comments. Andre, how I went to jail. The first time I went to jail for a robbery gone bad, robbery charge. Second time I went to prison was for a high-speed chase. Supposedly had dope in the vehicle, had to get rid of the dope, supposedly. And then the third time was another high-speed chase, and I actually then hit a police officer with my vehicle during the chase. So like aggravated assaults with a deadly weapon on a Leo, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon on a Leo, so on and so forth. Robberies, all violent stuff. Zay, what's going on? You in prison right now? Hector, what's going on, bro? Hey, free Chico, man. Free Chico, Brody. Knees. Can you get a yo? What's going on, fam? Zay, what's going on, dog? Dark side, safety first. Bam is putting mathematical equations in the comments. Why do American prison love Viking stuff? I don't understand. Are you saying I look like a Viking because of beard and the man bun? What's going on, Zach, Jay? You like burritos in the LA County Jail? Yo, all the county jail. Any food in prison sucks, man. Food out here is way better, for sure. But shout out to all the goulashes and the spreads, man, for sure. I've been home for going on 3 years now. Shaniqua, I got 2 businesses. I have a pressure washing company. I have an entertainment company. I have 2 record labels. I'm an artist myself. I have a podcast, YouTube, do film production, short films, all the stuff. Nico, what's going on? Devin, Free Diego. Sat, what's going on? Captain Awesome, what's going on? Nikita, if you were going 40 miles per hour, what's up with these mathematical equations, man? Listen, I could genuinely take my time and still not figure any of those out besides like the addition one. I could I probably wouldn't want to count on my head or on my fingers, but I use my calculator on my phone. I always see they got Viking tattoos and stuff. Maybe it's like the white people in prison because it's kind of like an Odinist, like white supremacy, like stuff. I'm pretty sure that's like their bylaws and their history and stuff. Amora, it's not a podcast in prison. I'm free. That's his prison memorabilia behind me. Tony, yes, I'm out of prison now. I've been out for going on 3 years. Post-war, no. I can't pronounce that person's name. Morris, what's going on? Sat, what's going on? Nikita, yo. Dark Side Dog, I don't even follow boxing, man. I used to watch boxing back in the day, like with B-Hop, Bernard Hopkins, and Jermaine Taylor and stuff. So I couldn't even tell you if I want Tank or Frank Martin to win. I know who Tank is. I don't know who Frank Martin is. Post-war, not responding to your comments. Straight Garrett, when's the last time you made it out? Yo, I appreciate all the humor comments, dog. Like I'm not the type of guy to take anything personal, so y'all can wild out in the comments. It don't bother me at all. Yeah, appreciate you. Brian, what's going on? Blue, what's going on? I appreciate that, Hydro. All right, so listen, man, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. So if you haven't subbed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. If you know anybody who's interested in prison jail-related content, send this to them, have them sub as well. Listen, right now we're almost at 18,000 subs. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs like immediately. So if you haven't subbed, please go ahead and do so. Share this content with anybody who hasn't subbed. And if you would love to be on this podcast, if you want to be interviewed, go ahead and email me at eithekingbooking@gmail.com. And we'd love to set up a Zoom. We can hear your jail or prison story. So all the Forever Convict family out there, once again, if you're home, stay out, stay free. Understand and realize that everything we experienced throughout our incarceration, it wasn't a waste. God used all that to transform our lives and make us who we are today. Stay encouraged. Know that God has a huge call and purpose upon your life. Y'all stay free and stay out the way. And let me say a couple more and see more comments coming. What's going on, R. Kelly? Man, R. Kelly and P. Diddy. That's a crazy name. Charles, what's going on? I got Shank on that poster. Nah, I ain't got no poker up there, bro. 5 restaurants that start with the M. Vam got the craziest comments. Why not take it personal, Garrett? Because I mean, like, why would I care about people saying negative stuff? I got too much positive stuff to focus on. Shaniqua, I appreciate the encouragement for real. You keep rocking as well. Post-war said police coming. Garrett, that's weird. Last 2 brain cells. Likewise, have a great day. Natty drug dealer face. I used to sell drugs, not anymore. Now I hustle the gospel, and not everybody gets served, and it's free work. You know what I mean? Hustle for the kingdom. I look like, I don't know. You fill in the blank. Am I actually in prison, Joshua? Nah, this is a prison podcast. It's prison memorabilia. Jose Antonio, what's up? 582, what's up? A partially cracked egg. Whitey, post-war Jose. Brian, man, you judgment any person, leave it. Or I don't know. Bye-bye, what's up? Not negative, Jose. Funny, what's up? Joshua, God is great, amen. Brian, what's up? Not laughing. Love the positivity. Your girl's favorite frog. Yo, bro, what's going on? All right, so I'm hopping off, man. Y'all stay tuned. I'm going to try to go live again tomorrow night. We're talking about, I don't even want to go ahead and share the topic, but tomorrow night's going to be fire, probably around 6 p.m. So a whole bunch of fire content is continuing to come and upload on the channel. Y'all stay tuned. It's your boy, E.I. the King, and this is the Incarceration Podcast. What's going on, London? What's going on, bro? I appreciate all the love from the UK, man. I appreciate all the love from the UK, man. Share this with everybody over there in the UK, man. We're trying to get a bigger UK audience, all right? Brian, I appreciate the subs as well, man. Y'all have a good one. There we go, another one from the UK. Oliver, what's going on? Do we got any more people in the any more people watching this live right now from the UK? Because I've been getting crazy love from the UK, and I appreciate it. So, anybody else from the UK? Nah? All right, I'm signing off. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.